What's up guys, Saf here on SuperSaf TV. I hope you guys are well and welcome to another episode of Unboxing Time. Mystery unboxings of cool tech, and there is a lot of cool tech in this episode. Mark my words, everything's going to be linked in the description below. As always, if you want to pick anything up, let's get to it. So the first package we've got is from the sponsor of this episode of Unboxing Time, and that is Peak Design. So inside here we have the travel tripod by Peak Design. Now, can I just firstly say that this is the best packaging I've ever seen for any tripod ever. It's so slick. Now we've got some of the key features here. We've got a max load capacity of 9.1 kg. That's pretty good. The maximum height is around 153 centimeters. And this thing only weighs around 1.29 kg, which is super light for a tripod. This is so compact. Like seriously, check this out. How is there a tripod in this small package? So the case is really nice, but let's get to the main thing, and that is the tripod. No way. Guys, just check out how small this is. Now this Peak Design travel tripod actually packs down to half the size of traditional tripods. Legs normally on a tripod are circular. We've got a custom shape here, which just minimizes dead space. So everything just completely fits like a jigsaw puzzle. It's so cool. Now this has been designed to deploy in seconds. So we've got a few levers here, and just watch how quick this is. I can just, look at that. How quick is that? I so much prefer something like this to those twisty ones, which you have to like kind of take out, twist, tighten. It's too long. But one of my favorite things, in addition to how compact this is this integrated ball head. Now, if you have a tripod without a ball head, then you definitely need to get one of these, because it's so easy to just get the angle you want without having to faff around with the legs. Now, the way this ball head works is very easy. You can just loosen this ring around here, get the angle you want or get it level, and then just tighten it up. And as easy as that. And just to quickly show you how quick this is to mount and dismount, very quick. And it is very sturdy. Once you found the position that you want, you can just tighten this up, lock in place, and there we go, nice and sturdy. Now, in addition to that, there is a secret compartment here at the bottom, and this is a smartphone holder. This is so cool. Like, look how sturdy that is. I could just have this over my shoulder like I do when I'm going out and about to shoot, but very cool indeed. Now this is the carbon fiber version, which is so light, but there is also an aluminium version, which is a little bit cheaper and it might suit your budget. Now, one thing to mention is that this is not a fluid head. It's made for mostly static photography. However, if you do want to mount a fluid head on here, you can do that pretty easily. Peak Design also have an adapter, a universal adapter that you can attach on to this. So that's really nice that you have that option there as well. So that is the travel tripod by Peak Design. It's 100% serviceable, and it's also backed by Peak Design's lifetime guarantee. If you want to pick this up, there's going to be a link in the description below. This next package is absolutely massive. It just about fits on my table. It is, of course, from Synology. All right, I got a few bits in here. And the first thing that we've got is the Synology DS1019 Plus 5-bay disk station NAS drive. Now, my storage solution right now is really not good. It's a bunch of external hard drives, and that's not the most ideal way to go about things, especially considering that I switch machines a lot. I have a desktop machine, I have a MacBook Pro, I have other laptops that I review. This is hopefully going to be the answer to all of my problems. So you've got some of the key features here, and here's a quick preview of everything that you get inside the box, as well as the drive itself. You do get your power cables, you've got 2 Cat5e cables, you've got a quick installation guide. There's some keys so you can lock in your drives in here as well, and there's a bunch of screws too. Now, just doing a quick tour around it, you can see here that we've got 5 bays. There's a power button, a USB 3 input. There are some LED indicators for all of the different disk drives. I really like this stealth Synology logo here on either side, and that's also gonna allow for some airflow. Got a couple of fans here at the back. We've got some LAN ports here. There's a power in, an eSATA port, as well as another USB 3.1 port. And at the bottom, you've got these 2 sections here, which can be used for the M.2 NVMe SATA installation, so if you do want to use those as a cache. But as well as the Synology 1019 Plus, we also have some hard drives. So these are the Toshiba NAS N300 hard disk drives. They're 4 terabyte each, but you can get up to 16 terabytes. And these are designed to be used on a NAS drive. They're high performance and they're optimized to meet the reliability, endurance, performance, and scalability requirements of a 24/7 high capacity storage setup. And they also come with 3 years of warranty. Now, installing hard drives is super easy. These bays just slide out and then you can just slot in a hard drive into here. Now you do have the screws which you can use to secure these hard drives in, but you don't necessarily have to use them because these side compartments actually just clip in and secure the device, and you can just slide them in and boom. Now, for those of you guys who are not completely familiar with NAS drives, NAS basically stands for Network Attached Storage. So this is actually going to attach on to your router, and that's going to mean that you can access all of the files on here from multiple machines as well as multiple locations. So for myself, I have lots of video files. I can put them all onto here and I can easily access them across lots of different machines regardless of where I am. And what's really cool about these Synology drives is that they also come with great software. It's not just about the hardware. And the Synology software does provide backup options for Windows, Mac, and even Linux, as well as mobile devices. And this way, all of your data is securely backed up. And remember, you might have terabytes worth of data. But a very interesting product. I can't wait to set this up in my home setup. I haven't done an office tour or a desk tour for some time. So once I've kind of got this in and I've used it for a few weeks, I'll tell you a bit more about it in that upcoming video. And in this little package we have, it's the Sandisk dual drive USB Type-C flash drive. Now this is actually my favorite USB flash drive. Let me show you why. This is something I've actually bought myself. I've got so many of these. And what's special about these is that not only do you have USB-A, but you also have USB-C. Like, how cool is that? So 2-in-1, you can use this with your standard USB Type-A ports, but also USB Type-C. And you know, USB Type-C is so much more convenient. Like if I'm on my MacBook Pro, that only has USB-C ports, so I can just plug this in. But then if I need to just pull this out and take it over to a friend who only has USB-A on their laptop, then I can also use it. So useful, very inexpensive. As I said, I've got a few of these and I just end up ordering so many because they're just so useful. In this package, we have some stuff from Logitech. Now this is an ideal streaming setup. We've got the Cam Webcam and then we've also got the Pro X headset. Let's open up the Cam first. And here it is, really simple design. We've got this material finish, which looks really nice. You can use it either vertically or horizontally. So you have that flexibility depending on how you want to stream. You do have support of 1080p up to 60 frames a second. It is USB Type-C. Love USB Type-C. And it's also got smart facial tracking driven by AI. So that's really nice if you're somebody who wants to get into streaming. And of course, you're gonna need a good headset, which we have here. A few of the key features here at the back. Let's take a look at these. And here's everything that you get inside the box. You get the headset itself. You get the mic portion. There's 2 cables. There's one to connect on to your smartphone, but there's also one to connect into this unit, which is gonna plug into the USB. There's also a splitter, which is gonna split the connection into your headphones as well as the mic port. We've got some memory foam ear cups for more comfortability, and there's also a case. Let's just try these on. So, yeah, very comfortable. I am gonna be potentially streaming some stuff. I mean, I'm going to be using this on Call of Duty Warzone, which I've been playing recently, but I'm really not too good at. But if I do decide to stream using these, then watch out on social media because there'll be some updates on there. And considering a lot of people are at home right now, it might be a good time to start streaming. So stay tuned. And in here, we've got some stuff from Nomad. So you may have already heard of Nomad before. They make some awesome accessories. Here we've got a base station, which is a wireless charging dock, so you can charge a device as well as your Apple Watch. So it's got a section here for Apple Watch. That's awesome. There's a wireless charger for the Tesla Model 3. Now, the Tesla Model 3 does not come with a wireless charger as default. So you can replace that with this, which I'll be doing on my Model 3 very soon. And then we've also got a rugged case for the AirPods Pro. Let's open the base station first. And I just love the really clean design of Nomad. Always been a fan of their design. So you do get the power brick, which does have a braided cable, and you also get a few different connectors depending on your region. And this is the wireless charging pad. Look how slick that looks. So nice and easy, you're gonna be able to put your smartphone on this section here, which has a leather finish, and then your Apple Watch on this section. I mean, just look at that clean black design. It's so my style. Absolutely love it. Now, not only does it have dual 7.5 watt outputs for wireless charging, but you've also got a bunch of ports here. So you've got a USB-C port, a USB Type A port as well. And this is gonna give you up to 18 watts power delivery on the USB-C port. So covering a lot of bases here. Nice little charging accessory. I'm definitely gonna be putting this on my bedside, and it's gonna look nice and clean. Now, looking at the rugged case for the AirPods. Nice and clean design once again, feels really, really good, and it is using Horween leather. So we've got quality leather on here. It's still wireless charging compatible, and it's got a microfiber lining. Like, that is really, really nice. You've got the Nomad branding there. Such a slick and clean design. And finally, we've got the wireless charger for the Tesla Model 3. So nice and simple. We've got space here for two smartphones. It's got the USB ports here at the back, so you are going to be able to connect this into the USB ports of your Tesla. And then you've got some extension cables here as well. And there's also some LED indicators to let you know when your device is charging. I'm gonna go ahead and install this in my Tesla Model 3. And when I do have the update video of all of the different customizations, I'll show you this and how it looks when it's installed. This box has the BMO from Joby. So you guys have heard of Joby before. They make those amazing Gorilla Pods. We've covered them plenty of times here on the channel as well. This is a light which is wireless charging compatible, and it's got an LED of 150 lumens. So this should be really interesting. Pretty compact, pretty small. You're gonna be able to easily mount this on one of your rigs, or you also have a hot shoe. So if you do wanna, mount this on directly onto a camera, you're gonna be able to do that. And then there's also this little diffuser, which is quite nice. So let's switch this on and let's see what the sort of brightness is like. Okay, all right, that's pretty good. All right, it goes brighter. Wow, okay, you can see the amount of light that it's shining off here. And then you can also dim it using the buttons on here. Okay, cool. Let's show you that light a little bit more. Nice, so it is a decent amount of light. It is 1500 lumens, and you can also wirelessly charge it. So that's really cool. You can just drop this on a wireless charger, and it comes with a USB Type A to USB Type C cable. So it actually charges via USB-C, something else that's amazing that Joby have thought about that. I've been complaining about micro USB accessories for so long, so this is great that it's USB Type C. It is also waterproof by up to 100 feet, so 30 meters. So that's quite nice. You're gonna be able to do lots of things with this, and it is designed to mount up to 4 LEDs, so you can get 4 LEDs and mount them together if you want more light. A really interesting and useful product. I can definitely see myself using this when I'm out about vlogging. If I'm just quickly filming something, then having this and being able to just get that extra light is going to be so useful. And in this package we have is the Skagen Falster 3. Awesome. I'm a huge fan of Skagen watches. You can see here it is powered by Wear OS by Google, but it can also work with an iPhone. This looks really nice. Skagen makes some beautiful looking watches. You can get it in a few different variants with a few different straps as well, and of course you can buy additional straps after the fact. Looks so slick. Of course, also comes with a charging cable. This will be able to charge your Skagen Falster 3 from 0 to around 80% in 15 minutes, which is pretty decent. And here it is. It looks really cool. We've got 2 buttons and we've got a crown to help you navigate. 42mm in size with a 1.3-inch AMOLED screen, powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon Wear 3 1000 chipset with 1GB of RAM and 8GB of storage. So you can actually store things like music on here and then access those without your phone. So if you just want to go for a run or something and you don't want to take your phone around with you, then you're going to be able to do that. Water resistant up to 3 ATM, and we do have a speaker built in, so you can also use this to take and receive calls. Looks really cool, goes for around £280, I believe. Now, my buddy David Kogan, the Unlocker, has done a detailed walkthrough of this. I'll link that in the description below if you want to find out more. But I'm really digging this. I'm going to be using it over the next few weeks and I'll let you know how I get on. I really like the look of this smartwatch. It doesn't look like a smartwatch, right? It just looks clean and as a regular watch, especially considering the fact that it's round. So really digging it. Thanks, Kagan. Okay, this package here, ooh, it's a keyboard. So this is the Keychron K2, a sleek, compact, wireless mechanical keyboard. A few of the key features here is compact design, dual compatibility, so it's compatible both with Mac and Windows, wireless or wired. Pair up to 3 devices. You've got a 4000 mAh battery, which should last about 4 weeks. And then it's got some light effects too. So let's open this up. Right, so this is a black version with gray keys, kind of really goes with my style, but you can get different colors as well. And you've also got this tool here if you want to change around some of the keys. So you've got some additional keys here. We can change the escape key so it's no longer orange. And then yeah, that's a really cool design. Just having a quick test of the typing experience. Oh, can you hear that? I love mechanical keyboards. They just sound so good. But really interesting. Of course, it is also backlit. You can use it either wireless or you've got USB-C and USB-A, so you can hook this up as well. Nice, slick looking keyboard from Keychron. And the last product we have is the Red Magic 5G. I've been so looking forward to checking out this device. It's something that a lot of you guys have asked me for as well. Now, it's hard to believe that this device is going to be retailing for under $600. That's insane considering the specs on this thing. Now, as well as the device, you do get a SIM card tool, some paperwork, a USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable, an 18-watt power adapter, which does support quick charging. However, the Red Magic 5 does support up to 55-watt fast charging. That charger is, however, sold separately. So this design definitely shouts gaming to me. I quite like it. Let me know what you guys think. We've got some vents here on either side to provide cooling. That's insane. But let's look at one of the standout features of the Red Magic 5G, and that is this display. It's a 6.65-inch AMOLED display with a 144 Hz refresh rate. So we've seen other devices with 90 Hz, 120 Hz, but the Red Magic 5G goes a step ahead and we've got 144 Hz. That is very, very smooth. Oh man. Now, yes, there are some bezels, but I have to remind you of the price again. This is coming in at under $600. It has 5G. It has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chipset. So I believe this is the cheapest device out there right now that does have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865. You've got up to 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.0 storage, up to 12 or 16 gigabytes, I believe, of DDR5 RAM. There's a 4500 milliamp hour battery. We've got some gaming shoulder triggers here along the top, so they will assist you within your games. A primary 64 megapixel camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, as well as a 2 megapixel macro camera. Now, I've not got high expectations of the cameras of this, but once again, under $600. A very, very interesting device at a very competitive price point. Oh, there's also a 3.5mm jack. I almost missed that. Yeah, this is definitely made for gamers. Let me know what you guys think of this and if you'll be picking it up. And that's all we have time for in this episode of Unboxing Time. If there's anything that you'd like me to cover in more detail, let me know in the comments below. If there's any of these products that you'd like to pick up, as mentioned, links to buy them will also be in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future coverage. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.